Today we're gonna be reviewing Gesture's Roadhog again, this year at least. And the thing with Gesture's Hog is that he proved himself to be a good hog like last year, like a really good hog. This year though, like obviously it's less like Hog was nerfed like after the playoffs, like the playoff patch, and like now Hog was like kind of buffed to compensate for like the over nerf, but Hog's pretty much in a balanced state right now where like Hog can like do a lot of work, but like he isn't like overpowered. But like players in like professional play, they do prefer main tanks over over playing Hog instead of instead of feeding a lot of ult charge to the enemy. Like they'd rather play something like Winston or Ball that really suits team play well. But to be fair, Hog is what I consider like sort of a main tank actually. And why do I say that? Like that might seem like unorthodox viewpoint, but and it is but the reason that I consider a Hog a main tank, although like one of the squishiest ones, is because like Hog, like when he goes on a flank and threatens a hook, like he draws a lot of attention, Like you don't know how much how much juicy a Hog is on the flank, and how scared that players can be of a Hog. Like if you're a Hog and you're on a flank and you're just facing the enemy backline, then you're going to demand respect. Like the enemy is going to have to respect you, otherwise their backline gets picked off. So the enemy will look at you and throw cooldowns at you, but those cooldowns that is going to you, as long as you teeter the line in between being aggressive and feeding, you don't feed too much, then your team can actually follow up and help relieve the pressure and take advantage of all the attention you're causing, all the attention you're drawing away from your team. So I actually consider Hog kind of a main tank. So right here, Gesture is going to be playing the Hog. They're playing a poke comp. New York's playing really brawly dive comp.
Ready. 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Gesture's gonna start here. So Gesture kind of gives up his angle now that they're playing Winston Diva. Right here he's scared that they're gonna be running something like Reaper Echo and Moira Lucio, and they could just run him down. So he's gonna play a more passive Hog now. But once he does see it's only on a brig, and also that they're running a Kree, not an Echo, he should start being a bit more aggressive again, because it does take time for Gesture to be punished. So he's gonna really, or once they committed, he might look for a trade hook. Once Yakpung goes in, then Gesture might look to go into the backline and try to trade out a support. And in that case, it's gonna be expensive for New York to change plans and focus Gesture, because they already committed resources to going into Dynasty's backline. So if they switch to Gesture, then it's gonna be, they have use a lot of their cooldowns, the remaining cooldowns that they want to use on the backline. So that's how Gesture should play. If he finds a good flank opportunity, a good hook opportunity, then sure, he goes for it. But otherwise, he wants to play kind of for trades on the backline. Okay, so he pulls the Diva. The problem with this is just that the Diva's just gonna fly out, and it's not like the Diva's that big of a factor. Fitz is kind of isolated here. Fitz has creative like peeling, but Fitz is isolated here, and like Diva isn't gonna like really like impact this. So, and also the fact that like just Diva can just like get out is probably why like Diva's not a good hook target. Like what I actually do here is like, okay, let's look at the past 10 seconds. So like they should have scouted like New York's here. Like this is like once he hears a sound, like he should, I think he should start actually walking towards here and like trying to like pincer with Marvel and try to like trade out like Jonak, for example. It's okay if okay, let me turn off objective capture sound, sorry. So like it's okay if like creative dies actually or Fitz, like as long as you get a hook kill here, then you're all good. They just need to trade. Like I think Jester should actually trade instead of like peeling for his team. Like he doesn't say Fitz and like Marvel dies. Okay, so like now he's gonna go high ground. Fight's over because like he didn't really trade well, he just peeled, but the peel wasn't that valuable. Like Marvel was pressuring like New York's like backline, so I think Gesture should have like played more aggressive and pressured there. Like during the rotation they were pretty vulnerable, and having Gesture on the flank would like basically like actually help Fitz because like since Gesture's on the flank, like Jonak and Friday will be looking at Gesture, but that just means that like Yakpang Bianca like won't be receiving as much help like during like the dive. So he's gonna look to he shows himself early here. Interesting engage by New York. Why isn't New York like shooting Hog? Like all New York have to do here is like stay here, clear Gesture from like they have like Flora just shoots Gesture and like eventually he'll be forced. Like who cares about the auto heals? Like you can like outpace them. Like force out Gesture's like breather and Gesture won't be able to go as aggressive, and then you can look to like go on backline. Okay, Gesture gets Jonak here. Okay, so and like now New York hard focus him, but like if Dynasty like play aggressively here, then you see what I mean by Hog's kind of like a main tank. Like look at how much attention he's drawing. He's almost like a ball, but like. So, like, he draws all this attention, and so his teammates want to, like, take advantage of it. You can see? Like, that was probably, like, an early hook by Gesture. Like, Gesture probably, like, aggressed too, like, Gesture aggressed, like, too early again, I think, because, like, you really want to, like, try to go for, like, trade kills when they're diving, but, like, if you have the high ground and you have an ultimate to spend, then you can look just to, like, engage on them, like pretty like play really brawly. Like right here, Fitz should have thrown like the bomb. I think. Like look at how much they're committing to Gesture right now. So it might be a bit early, but at least there was the follow up. Prophet's not in a good position to follow up, and Gesture dies. But honestly, like. Not really his fault. They just need to like commit ults. I mean, they did commit ults, but Prophet wasn't in the position. Well, that is like Gesture's responsibility to make sure that Prophet is in position. But yeah, Prophet was kind of in position. But even though this like even though Gesture dies here, like he actually like makes a lot of space for Dynasty to go in. Like look at how many cooldowns they use just to clear him out. So like actually, even though it was a bit early in my opinion, like Actually, I take it. I take it. It's a good flank. Like Dynasty just win the fight now. Like that New Yorker in low ground and they use a lot of like their resources to kill Gesture. So it was actually good. Like don't mind how you died. Like good timing. Like if their plan was to like brawl with those ults. Like when I say brawl, I just mean you know, finish the fight and try to throw ultimates at the enemy and go for a play for tempo. Okay, so Gesture's on the flank again. Okay, so New York are engaging now, and Gesture is gonna go on high ground. Like I was expecting him to like go for a trade kill here, but as I say it, like they do have like Valk, they do have like Echo, like to peel. So like Gesture's actually going to like right here, like chill here and wait until his team peels us off, and then like he's gonna like initiate the flank, and this will make space for his team to go in. Like you see, Hog's a main tank, basically. And like main tank players, like they can be really good at Hog because like that's why you see like other like the reason main tank players can be so good at Hog is because Hog is based on like engagement timings actually. Like when you like go aggressive and like look for these aggressive hooks and draw that all this attention to yourself. Like main tanks can like teeter the line in between, like, you know, main tanks know when to engage on like, you know, their main tank, like other main tanks, such as like, well, considering the Hogs, I call Hog a main tank, like Winston, Ball, like those types of heroes, like they require a lot of sense on like knowing like what your team is up, like whether they're peeling, whether they want to pressure, and like main tanks like Gesture, like they really know how to play that game. So like that's why that's why main tanks can be so good at Hog. Like he goes for a trade kill, even though like Fitz does pop off. Okay. So his team doesn't really have the ults to work with, so like he's probably gonna want to play more defensive and look to trade the backline, backlines, like wait for Yakman to engage and then look for a hook on Jonak or Friday, or like Flora. Fitz does kill one here. This would be too early though, I think. Because like they don't have any ults to work with. Fitz got the kill from here, but like if the fight happens here, then Fitz has no LOS on Gesture. And so like this is a bit early actually, if like Fitz didn't get the kill, but since Fitz did get the pick, like this isn't like good engagement timing on Gesture's part. It's just that Fitz got a pick, and this makes it good engagement timing accidentally. And it might be weird to like hear Hog in engagement, but like when I say engagement, like Hog is a pretty large hitbox, so you do have to like, you can't just like poke in open space like for a long time, like, and also like Hog's a mid-range hero, so you really have to be like conservative about your peaks and like only peak like when like, you know, it's like your team has backed you up, your team can back you up. Okay, so Gesture is gonna be on this flank again.
Taking off. Here it comes.
Activating the barrier.
Okay, so now they pop the flux. That flux was early. Like Gesture wasn't in position to like follow up. Like you flux and then like you can right click as Hog to finish them, or you can look for a hook.
Enemy target
on basically anyone and succeed. They could literally just like, you know, kind of this, like they could literally just like chill here and play slow until this ult is over, so this is bad ult. Like, sure, like, Yakpun gets booped off the high ground. Like, that was a bad ult. Jester gets a nano. Dies. Well, like, let's look at this again. So, like, he whole hogs there, not stellar whole hog. Prophet's, like, in an okay position to catch Yakpung. Yakpung gets nanoed, though. And, okay, he really shouldn't be, like, focusing Yakpung. Like, he kind of needs to, like, go for a trade here. So, like, he, like, just sneaks up here and like, looks to, looks like go for, like, Jonak or Friday. Like, you know, Yakpung, Bianca are committed, so if they turn back, then, like, get this, you know, peels, like, this, like, basically gives space for your team to kind of, like, poke them out, like, poke Yakpung, Bianca out, or, like, at least peel off the nano engage, but Jester really just needs to go for a trade here. Like, right here he's just poking at Yakpung. Not a big fan. And because, like, he doesn't trade, like, they get value out of their engagement and they just turn back and focus Jester. Like, he needed to, like, engage, like, when his team was being threatened, to help peel it off. Okay. Good peel by... Good peel by Bianca there. Where's Fitz, though? Oh, Fitz is actually in position to like, you know, focus like the diva. So actually, okay flank. And like while the backline's being isolated, now Fitz can try to like go on the splits or, you know, follow up on Jester. And instead they just decide to ult. Jester's sleeping, but like they use a lot of cooldowns. They use a lot of like resources just to peel Jester off. So. How does Marvel fuck up that ult? Oh, misses the ult, and let's see with Fitz. Like, that was a decent by Jester, but spends once the Widow is forced out, spends too much on the Widow duel. Like right here, like. The Widow's like kind of a threat, sure. You still do have some cover, so but like helping like Gesture here would be like higher value, because like they did use a lot of resources, and like if they're in open positions where like Fitz can absolutely just destroy. So like actually, I think this is just bad by Fitz, not Gesture. Like Gesture dies here, I think. But the pressure wasn't relieved like soon enough. Like with like Hog, like you really need to like you normally with dive tanks like Winston or Ball, like when your main tank engages, you can, instead of like following up directly, you can just look to like engage on like the split, or like, you know, poke out anyone who's split apart, because like your main tank's zoning off the back line. But like that was contingent on them being able to like survive or escape easily. So like with Hog, like you can't really do that. Hog can't escape. Like once Hog is like deep into like the enemy, then like Hog is committed. So like you really have to like relieve pressure from your Hog. this isn't the Fitz game though, this is Gesture. So Gesture's gonna be on high ground.
Adjusting angle. 60 seconds.
My trailer is that way, you imbeciles!
Okay. So like he goes for a hook here, sure, fine. Right here though, I think Gesture should really give like some space. Like right here, like he's just like frontlining. You know, they really like need to like let them come in. Like for example, maybe positions here. If they try to like clear Gesture as a team, then like you can like kite the hall like Gesture, like you can kite back here, but like meanwhile like Fitz will be able to like poke out like New York as they're trying to clear Gesture. So like they like right here like they can just clear Gesture without like incurring like the wraith of no, I mean the sorry, I mean like the sight lines of Fitz. So yeah. So like Gesture's not in a stellar position to trade off the back line.
30 seconds.
They decide to like go for Gesture. Interesting choice. Like because like well, let's look at how awkward this is. So they clear Gesture. Now he's not in like this like god position to like trade out the back line as like New York are engaging. So like everything's just really in one direction now, which isn't good. Like for like Dynasty, like they don't have backline, like Gesture doesn't have backline access. And New York are free to set up their angles and yeah. So like how he set up for that fight was pretty suspect. Okay, Diva, nice.
Attack ready.
Okay. So like New York are running a dive defense with it, which is actually kind of suspect on like on Hollywood first defense, because it's really easy to like prevent it's really easy to prevent the like for the enemy to prevent you from staging. So like you know, like if you stage here, the enemy can like you know go conservatively here and try to poke you out, or if anyone's on high ground, they can just poke out the high ground with long range hit scan. So like dive defense isn't the best thing on first. So wait, Fitz pops off like yeah. So like apparently that was enough for Fitz to pop off. So like Fitz takes his off angle and actually like allows him to push him. So like right here he was just kind of drawing some attention from main, so Fitz could go from the side. So like a boneheaded engage, but somehow works because Bianca, they overreacted to that. like New York overreacted to that, but
Let's keep it moving.
okay, now it goes ball. Does he stay on ball? Okay, no, yay, he's back on the hog now. Okay, so right here they have the high ground. They're running a really, like, a more brawly version of their comp. So it's gonna play similarly to, like, it's actually like a, you know, Winston comp. So they have Yakpung engaged. Nobody's really ready for, like, Yakpung's engaged, so like he just goes for like trade kills. Like right here, like, yeah, Yakpung engages like just to make space for like New York to come out, but like I actually prefer if you like just like played more aggressive here. Like who cares if you die here? You're gonna like draw a lot of attention and allow like once your team like is able to peel off Yakpung, which should be easy. Like he just went in alone basically. Like they can go in and then like take advantage of you like eating all their cooldowns. So Gesture should be more aggressive there actually. Like I get the impression on like Reddit, like when I first like read about this, like that he kind of fed, but actually like the hog play here is like kind of decent. Like his timing of his like quote unquote engages, like when he like peeks the enemy aggressively and plays like, you know, on the flank aggressively is on point. Like a lot of the time, like sometimes it's too early, sometimes it's, but like other times it's just like Dynasty aren't like peeling for like, aren't taking advantage of his the tension that he draws. So right here, New York is trying to stage from high ground. They drop on backline. Now he wants to look to trade. Like, you can't really peel with Hog, to be honest. Like, sure, Hog's really annoying, but like, if New York are managing their skills correctly, then Hog's value like in peeling is 0. So Hog like basically almost always wants to like either chill when his, you know, like when his team is getting engaged on, or like look for a trade kill, and usually look for a trade because like Hog does have some range and can just look for like, hey, I'm gonna peek, hook like support and try to like kill the support or force them to peel back. So Hog actually can protect his team by you know, being aggressive like this. Like you see, if he landed the hook on Jonak, then, you know, like imagine like Yakpung, Bianca, or so in the backline. If they land the hook on Jonak, they have choices. Like they can fly back to peel for him or let him die, which like both of which are either make space or like you get a pick for free. Like don't take my word for it. Pressure is peeling. Like if you can, like a great way to peel for your team is like at the same time that your team is being pressured, you look to like pressure their team, and like you force them to either choose like the option of being killed, or like they have like, you know, getting picked off, or like you have to peel. So like you actually peel off like the enemies engaged by doing that. And Gesture is doing an okay job at that. Sometimes he doesn't do that consistently, but actually he does pretty often. Like he does have the timing right, and that's why like main tanks can be like so good on Roadhog. Like it's just these things. Okay, let's see what happened here. Like right here, okay, yeah, even like hooking a Winston, not a fan. Right here, he has like no, like, you know, Dynasty have no ults to work with, so like he's gonna have to play like a more defensive, like I'm gonna like try to like get a trade kill when like New York try to go in. So like right there, they engage, but Bianca like pokes out Gesture, and like they all focus Gesture. So like he was split apart here. He wastes his hook. And like they engage, but like where's Yakpang? Creative needed to play here. Like, this is too passive. Like, if Gesture's gonna, like, flank here, then you might as well, like this isn't a stellar engage by Yakpang either. Like, Gesture, you can easily, like, it's not, like, much of an engage at all. Like, Creative just needed to play here and then try to, like, support Gesture in getting a trade kill or at least draw attention so that Prophet can look to, like, teleport and, like, go onto the backline. So, like, they could actually take a backline trade here, but, like, Creative isn't positioned for that. That might be a miscommunication on like, their part. Either Gesture or Creative's part. Okay, he's breaking in from the front. Gets his breather forced. You know they are looking to regroup. So, I guess it's okay. He's gonna hook D.Va. Now, because of the lack of flanks here, they can just hold the choke and like negate a lot of Gesture's value. So like Gesture will still need to flank to try to break this choke for his team, but like, now it looks like they're just Dynasty. Probably the best strategy is to play slow for Nano. And then they could look to break the choke with Nano. And if they try to, like, trade, then like, Gesture can look for a hook on the backline. Okay, it forces out some utility, but hooking a Reaper generally... Yeah... You just need to play slow here. Play for Nano. Take some poke. Go back to Ana. Take some poke. That's too early. Okay, so... right here, like, they do have a lot of ult, so... Okay, so they go for, New York go for, like, engage here. Not stellar. Not stellar. Like, okay, so, like, New York have given up, like, space. So like what like Gesture should do here is like he should be like widening the angle and like if they try like quote unquote dive Gesture, then like Hog isn't like that really quote unquote diveable, and like you can have Prophet like take advantage of that, but he just like can't like go the same way as his team. Otherwise, like they're just gonna like run at him and like negate his value. Like if they focus Gesture, but like if he gets focused, it better be at a cost to like at New York. Not much of a cost. Like imagine if he was like somewhere like here, ready to like get a trade kill like on Jonak as they try to engage onto New York's backline. I mean like onto Dynasty's backline. That would be great because like they're gonna like want to peel back for Jonak and like use a lot of DM, and that enables like Marvel to grab. But right here they're just foreheading down main. He tries to peel it off, but Hog, even whole Hog, isn't stellar appealing. You don't play Hog because you want to peel for your backline. So right here he's... I don't like that New York's giving like infinite space.
Nano boost is charging.
Okay, so he's gonna... We're gonna look to grab. So like New York engage aggressively. And... Okay, I guess like it's a bit early because like they... Jonak's in a pretty good position already, so... Should Gesture really be peeling here? Like, you're not really gonna peel, like, you're gonna be annoying to the Nano Monkey, but not the Reaper. Maybe, like, he's better in, like, you know, trying to, like, you know, draw a bit of aggression here, just so that, like, Bianca doubts that, so Bianca, like, thinks twice about entering this fight, or, like, he tries to go for a trade kill on the break, but I think trading would be better here. I don't think he should be peeling here. Bianca, like, overextends, kind of. The fly does fly out, but yeah, I think he should have went for a trade. Peeling back just, like, gave too much space for Bianca to go in. Okay, so... They have a lot of ults, they better use it. Oh, Bianca. Wow.
My ultimate is fully charged. Get in.
Now that Bianca dies, like, Gesture should be, like, looking to maybe widen this flank. Like, don't mind the... It's only a Winston, really, so, like, just use your breather, fine, but, like, set up behind so you can, like, take advantage of the grab. Like, right there, like, he was in a good position, but Prophet pops off with the Nano. Okay, I guess they're gonna stick on the Hog. So right here, they just kind of fumble, like, Gesture just, like, into down main, really, when he needs to be on the flank so he could trade once, like, New York engages. And on the other side, like, if you're playing aggressive, then you want to be on the flank, you don't want to be main. Like, you don't want to be hooking tanks in. You're just like, hey, engage on us. Okay, so New York's gonna run the same, like, divey, brawly dive comp. Just, they give the choke away.
60 seconds remaining.
So again, I think the strategy is gonna be the same. Or, like, he can try, like, help his team, like, clear out, like, these tanks. It's easy on this map, so... But instead, he's gonna look for a hook. He's gonna look for, like, an aggressive, like... Oh, nice pick on Friday, actually. And now that, like, they know they're there, like, New York, like, Dynasty are in position to just clear out Yakpung. If New York give too much respect to Gesture here, then... So they all peel back for him, and, like, his team just is free to push in. Like, you see how much space Hog can make? Like, people give Hog, like, way too much respect. Like, once he gets the hook, then, like, you really only need, like, Diva back to maybe peel off the right clicks. So, like, Gesture, like, engagement timing-wise, it was fine. Like, he engaged there just to, like, allow his team to, like, peel off Yakpung. Like, you know, when he was right here, or, like, to clear him out, but how New York responded was pretty bad. And yeah, they should win this fight, so... Overall, like, solid engagement, I guess. Sometimes, like, his biggest problem, though, is probably, like, sometimes, like, he doesn't play aggressive enough, actually. Like, he just AFKs down main. and he isn't in, and sometimes like on defense, like he doesn't stage that well for to like trade off like trade off the back line when like New York are engaging. But otherwise, like actually, it's I'd say like a B plus or A minus hog play. So